Joe Biden urges coal miners to learn how to code. Anybody can learn how to program, for God's sake. Hello and welcome to TSD. If you are new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily. Former Vice President Joe Biden urged displaced coal miners to take up coding and computer programming on Monday during a campaign swing through New Hampshire. Biden, who recently claimed that blue-collar job losses should not stand in the way of a greener economy, made the comment while discussing his plans for expanding jobs of the future if elected in 2020. The former vice president in particular suggested retraining programs were the key for workers in industries hardest hit by globalization and increased environmental regulations, especially those in the coal miners of Appalachia. Anybody who can go down 3,000 feet in a mine can sure as hell learn to program as well, Biden told an audience in Derry, New Hampshire. Anybody who can throw coal into a furnace can learn how to program, for God's sake. The former vice president's comments come only weeks after he pledged at the 6th Democratic primary debate to sacrifice economic growth and potentially displace thousands or hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers in the interests of a greener economy. The answer is yes, because the opportunity for those workers to transition to high-paying jobs is real, Biden told the audience.
Vice President Biden, I'd like to ask you, 3 consecutive American presidents have enjoyed stints of explosive economic growth due to a boom in oil and natural gas production. As president, would you be willing to sacrifice some of that growth, even knowing potentially that it could displace thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers in the interest of transitioning to that greener economy?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes, because the opportunity for those workers to transition to high-paying jobs, as Tom said, is real. We're the only country in the world that's ever taken great crises and turned them into enormous opportunities. I've met with the union leaders. For example, we should in fact be making sure right now that every new building built is energy contained, that it doesn't leak energy, that in fact we should be providing tax credits for people to be able to make their homes turn to solar power. Where there's all kinds of folks out here, right here in California, we're now on the verge of having batteries that are about the size of the top of this podium, that you can store energy when in fact the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining. We have enormous opportunities. For example, you talk about would we relocate people who, in fact, were in a position where they lost their homes? We have to not rebuild to the standard that existed before when we talk about when we come in and help people. We have to rebuild to the standard that exists today. For example, we shouldn't build another new highway in America that doesn't have charging stations on it. We have an opportunity to put 550,000 charging stations so that we own the electrical vehicle market, creating millions of jobs for people installing them, as well as making sure that we own the electric vehicle market. There's so many things we can do.
Regardless of the former vice president's claim, job retraining and other transitionary programs for displaced workers have mostly failed to live up to their promise. Retraining programs are often a poor fit for blue-collar workers, an overwhelming majority of whom tend to be older and lack a college education in terms of skill sets and technological literacy. Even more troubling is that the jobs eligible for retraining often are either in short supply in areas hardest hit by globalization and automation, or pay significantly less than those initially displaced. For instance, the average pay a coal miner can expect to make under a contract negotiated by the United Mine Workers of America Union comes out to at least $61,650 a year, and closer to $85,000 a year with overtime. This does not include health care, pension, and other benefits usually offered by such jobs. Meanwhile, the jobs available after workforce retraining generally tend to be lower-paid hourly wage positions. Biden himself should be aware of such circumstances. A study measuring the impact of retraining programs, both existing ones and those began under the Obama administration, found that while they helped enrollees find work faster, there was little proof such programs led individuals to jobs of equal or higher wages to those they lost. Despite such evidence, Biden has not only continued touting the idea of job retraining, but has also promised to ban energy sources such as coal, fracking, and other fossil fuels if elected president, to the detriment of millions of workers in those fields. So, presidents are not elected to work on ideas that will make people's sufferings worse, not expand and magnify the agony. They are elected by the people to make lives better and make the nation thrive more, to ease off the existing struggles of the citizens. You can't just stay stubborn with an idea, not considering the heavy consequences that follow upon the people that have elected you in hopes that you'll ease the pain. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And haven't you checked out the official TST store yet? It has a variety of Patriot-themed custom t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, phone cases, and lots more. Make sure to take a look and maybe help us out by picking some products for yourself and your loved ones at great prices. It does make a huge difference to what we're doing here. Link in the description below. If you've liked this report, let us know by tapping that like button down below. Share the news among friends and family, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more news and updates on TST. I'm David Ravine, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year.